Hello, it's Michelle, and I'm here with Zelda, if you see little ears right here. Zelda, let them see your pretty face. Say hi. Okay. I just wanted them to see you. So we're sitting here and we're obviously cuddling. I'm drinking some coffee, and I wanted to tell you about my most anticipated summer book releases. I don't know about you, but I just get so excited about the different seasons and what they mean to me. You know, I get excited about decorating for the different seasons. I get excited about what I like to eat and drink during the different seasons, what the weather does. I get excited about what I like to read during the different seasons, what music I like, what movies I like to watch. I mean, I'm just very cyclical, seasonal. I think a lot of us are. And if you have certain things that you love about summer, be sure to let me know down in the comments. If you have certain books that you are looking forward to being released this summer, please let me know. What about you, little girl? Do you have any books that you want to read this summer? She doesn't seem to care. No books? Okay. So when I come up with this list, like with any season, I think about these things that I just mentioned. So I'm thinking about, with summer, vacation, I'm thinking about what books am I going to want to read. Now, one thing we are planning on doing is going on a little mini road trip and staying in a hotel for a handful of days, and my husband wants to go fishing, and I'm not really a fisher, but one thing I do love to do is sit outside in nature for hours and hours and read. So I'm going to do that while he fishes. What books do I want to bring along and read while he's fishing? One thing that you will find watching this video is the genres of these books is all over the place, but I'm a Gemini. My tastes are everywhere. It's kind of like watching fireworks, you know, all these different colors and shapes, and it's just a little bit wild. So without further ado, since I've talked your ear off long enough, I will get to the books that I'm looking forward to this summer. The first one is June 6th. It's a romance novel, and it's called My Killer Romance by Tessa Bailey. It was supposed to be a relaxing vacation in sweet, sunny Cape Cod. Just me and my beloved brother. But discovering a corpse in our rental house really throws a wrench into our tanning schedule. Now a rude, crude bounty hunter has arrived on the back of his motorcycle to catch the killer and refuses to believe I can be helpful, despite countless hours of true crime podcast listening. Not to mention a fulfilling teaching career of wrangling second graders. A brash bounty hunter and an energetic elementary school teacher. The murder-solving team no one asked for, but thanks to these pesky attempts on my life, we're stuck together. Come hell or high tide. That just sounds like a really fun vacation read. And reading some of the reviews on the book, it sounds like it's quite the spicy, steamy book as well. June 7th. This one is a mystery novel. The Woman in the Library by Sulari Gentill. The ornate reading room at the Boston Public Library is quiet until the tranquility is shattered by a woman's terrified scream. Security guards take charge immediately, instructing everyone inside to stay put until the threat is identified and contained. While they wait for the all clear, 4 strangers who'd happened to sit at the same table pass the time in conversation and friendships are struck. Each has his or her own reasons for being in the reading room that morning. It just happens that one is a murderer. June 14th, romance. How to Fake It in Hollywood by Ava Wilder. A talented Hollywood starlet and a reclusive A-lister enter into a fake relationship and discover that their feelings might be more than a PR stunt in this sexy debut for fans of Beach Read and the Unhoneymooners. I'm not typically a romance novel fan. Part of that is I don't like a lot of the tropes. They just seem so far-fetched and cheesy to me, if I'm honest. But the fake romance trope I find kind of fun. I mean, it is cheesy, so it's easy to go along with for me. I haven't read Beach Read yet. I have a copy. It's on my TBR bookshelf, but I have read The Unhoneymooners, and I loved that book. And I just think it sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. July 5th, fantasy. Long Live the Pumpkin Queen by Shea Ernshaw. Jack and Sally are truly meant to be, or are they? This is a dream come true for all of us Nightmare Before Christmas fans, a book about what happens to Jack and Sally after they get married. I am so over the top excited about this one. And even if you're not excited about this book, I think that this would be a really great gift idea for anyone that you're looking to get a gift for who is a Nightmare Before Christmas fan. Even if they don't read a lot, if they love this movie, genuinely love it, you might want to get them a copy. July 12th, thriller, The It Girl by Ruth Ware. The synopsis on this one didn't sound too exciting. It's described as an unput-downable mystery following a woman on the search for answers a decade after her friend's murder. That sounded more exciting to me than the synopsis, and what makes me want to read it is the reviews sound enticing. And it's Ruth Ware. Ruth Ware, she's got me kind of fascinated. I've read 3 of her books. One, I loved. I gave it 5 stars. I can't wait to read it again. Another, I thought was pretty good. And the other one, I didn't think was that good. So that's kind of interesting to me. That's really mixed. So because of that, I really want to read another one of her books because I'm not really sure what I think of Ruth Ware. Maybe she's a Gemini like me. July 19th, horror, Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. Come home, Vera's mother called, and Vera obeyed. In spite of their long estrangement, in spite of the memories, she's come back to the home of a serial killer, back to face the love she had for her father and the bodies he buried there. Really? Coming home is hard enough for Vera, and to make things worse, she and her mother aren't alone. A parasitic artist has moved into the guest house out back and is slowly stripping Vera's childhood for spare parts. He insists that he isn't the one leaving notes around the house in her father's handwriting. But who else could it possibly be? There are secrets yet undiscovered in the foundations of the notorious Crowder house. Vera must face them and find out for herself just how deep the rot goes. This just sounds like one of those books that could either be super haunting and chilling and just insane, or it could fall really flat. Can you hear her purring? She's sleeping. On my foot. I couldn't sleep on someone's foot personally, but she seems to find it to be a very... Oh, did I wake you up? I'm sorry. Because I'm talking about you. I don't think that somebody's foot would be a good pillow, but she thinks it is. July 19th. Horror. Mary. An awakening of terror. Nat Cassidy's highly commercial debut horror novel blends Midsummer with elements of American Psycho and a pinch of I'll Be Gone in the Dark. Okay, well, say no more. I am sold. I have to read this book. I have to. Have you seen those movies? I mean, what? It's those three mixed together? That just sounds, I don't know. August 9th, another horror novel. These Fleeting Shadows. Can we take a minute, though, to appreciate this cover? I love this cover. This is what makes a good cover, in my opinion. I think it's gorgeous. I love covers with homes on them. Or windows. I just do. Helen Vaughn doesn't know why she and her mother left their ancestral home at Harrowstone Hall, called Harrow, or why they haven't spoken to their extended family since. So when her grandfather dies, she's shocked to learn that he has left everything, the house, the grounds, and the money, to her. The inheritance comes with one condition. She must stay on the grounds of Harrow for 1 full year, or she'll be left with nothing. There is more at stake than money. For as long as she can remember, Harrow has haunted Helen's dreams, and now those dreams have become a waking nightmare. Helen knows that if she is going to survive the year, she needs to uncover the secrets of Harrow. Why is the house built like a labyrinth? What is digging the holes that appear in the woods each night? And why does the house itself seem to be making her sick? With each twisted revelation, Helen questions what she knows about Harrow, her family, and even herself. She no longer wonders if she wants to leave, but if she can. If she can? What? Ooh, what's going on there, right? I find I have this weird attachment or fascination to books that are about having to go home when someone doesn't want to, or about having to go to like some like mansion that's in the family that like they don't know anything about. Ooh, you know, it's just kind of creepy. August 9th. YA fantasy, Blood Like Fate. And this is another cover. And this is another cover that I love. This one is number 2 in the Blood Like Magic series. I don't really want to tell you what this book is about. The reason I don't want to tell you about this is if you haven't read the first book, this synopsis might not only confuse you, but ruin parts of book number 1 for you. I feel like the synopsis has some spoilers in it. So if you're wanting to read the series, definitely start with book number 1. But as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is my list of books that I'm really excited about this summer. And I'm excited about this one. And if you If you read the first book and you really liked it, I just wanted to let you know that the second one is coming out on August 9th. August 9th, thriller, Stay Awake by Megan Goldin. Okay, Megan Goldin is the one that wrote that book, Night Swim, that I was so in love with. Liv Reese wakes up in the back of a taxi with no idea where she is or how she got there. When she's dropped off at the door of her brownstone, a stranger answers. A stranger who now lives in her apartment and forces her out in the cold. She reaches for her phone to call for help, only to discover it's missing, and in its place is a blood-stained knife. That's when she sees that her hands are covered in black pen, scribbled messages like graffiti on her skin. Stay awake. 2 years ago, Liv was living with her best friend, dating a new man and thriving as a successful writer for a trendy magazine. Now, she's lost and disoriented in a New York City that looks nothing like what she remembers. Catching a glimpse of the local news, she's horrified to see reports of a crime scene where the victim's blood has been used to scrawl a message across a window. The same message that's inked on her hands. What did she do last night? And why does she remember nothing from the past 2 years? Liv finds herself on the run for a crime she doesn't remember committing as she tries to piece together the fragments of her life. But there's someone who does know exactly what she did, and they'll do anything to make her forget permanently. That sounds insane in an awesome way. I'm sorry, my leg was falling asleep. Do you still love me? I'm sorry. I love books that have an unreliable narrator, and can you get any more unreliable than that? I mean, that's pretty good, right? August 30th, thriller, Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. I mean, her books really can keep you on your toes. I just read His and Hers, which I'll talk about in my next review video. And I read Rock, Paper, Scissors, which I loved. After years of avoiding each other, Daisy Darker's entire family is assembling for Nana's 80th birthday party in Nana's crumbling Gothic house. There's the house again, right? On a tiny tidal island, finally back together one last time. When the tide comes in, they will be cut off from the rest of the world for 8 hours. The family arrives, each one of them harboring secrets. Then, at the stroke of midnight, as a storm rages, Nana is found dead. An hour later, the next family member follows, trapped on an island where someone is killing them one by one. The Darkers must reckon with their present mystery, as well as their past secrets, before the tide comes in and all is revealed. With a wicked wink to Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, Daisy Darker's unforgettable twists will leave readers reeling. And I believe that because I find Alice Feeney to be the queen of twists. And the last book is, it comes out on August 30th, and it is a mid-grade fantasy. It's called Ravenfall by Kalyn Josephson. One magical inn, 2 kids with supernatural powers, and an ancient Celtic creature trying to destroy their world by Halloween night. This is Halloween Town meets Supernatural in this spooky middle grade series from the acclaimed author of the Stormcrow duology. I just thought that one sounded really fun. And I thought, what a nice way to get kind of warmed up for the fall at the very end of summer. And that's it. If there's any of them that you really want me to read and review, be sure to let me know that too. I try to read one of these each month. I tend to slack on that in the spring because I don't usually get as excited about the books in the spring each year. I don't know why. I just don't. But I get really passionate about my anticipated reads the other seasons of the year. So I will probably definitely pick back up with getting the new release books each month starting in June. So definitely let me know if you have any interest in hearing about any of these books. And or if you have any interest in reading any of them, or if you have read any of them. Maybe you've got an arc ahead of time. Thank you so much for watching. Me and Zelda appreciate it. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Happy reading. Bye. Are you going to say bye? I'm just going to purr because you're cute. Okay, you can do that too. Oh, you want to take a nap, don't you?